So I'm thinking about this past one at least. So we had the data meeting on Friday. We had worked up to it that whole week, so that the reteach meeting, or the data meeting, was really a matter of the lesson planning for the action plans.
Right.
So the whole following week was their reteach, and then we gave them the weekend, Monday, and then Tuesday was our PLC reflection meeting. I think debatably the before piece is the hardest piece for a couple of reasons. One, the time on the front end of getting teachers everything that they need so that they come to the meeting at a place where everybody's at the same starting point and can walk away from the meeting with actual next steps. So what we try to do for the before piece is I always email out my team what our PLC agenda is going to be for the reflection meeting. So these just happen in our weekly PLCs on Tuesdays, and I'll email them out not only the agenda, but what they need to prepare in advance. So generally, I ask that the team come with student work from their reteach week so that we can analyze it, and that they come already having disaggregated the data. So I have a T-chart for this is what the A1 average was for this particular skill, and then this is what my reteach average was, so that we at least have a big picture snapshot coming in. And then I also ask them to sort and identify the students who didn't meet mastery or who didn't meet the 75% benchmark for reteach, so they come into the meeting with those things prepared. So we do grade band meetings. So there's a pre-K through 2, mine is 3 through 5, and then there's a middle school.
Right.
So it's 3 through 5 content teachers, but then also the ESL and SPED teachers who support them come to the PLC. It's a 45-minute block of time. By the time students get dropped off for enrichment and get done, you can say that it's a 40 minutes solid work time. So I always try to really structure the agendas so that it's pretty quick moving. For the reflection meetings, I wouldn't say that we have a set protocol yet. I'm still, constantly improving it and trying to figure out what we can tweak. But a large part of it is focused around the academic impact model. So one of the biggest struggles I would say for my teachers is really self-reflecting. When they're reflecting on reteach week, they have no problem reflecting on the student misunderstandings and the student actions that led to these results. They have a hard time making the connection to, well, I taught it this way, and I should have done X, Y, and Z for my ELL students, or whatever it was. They like to default back to, well, so-and-so just doesn't know their multiplication facts, and so-and-so is, 2 grade levels behind, so that's not an excuse anymore. So we spend the first part, once they bring kind of their big results, and we look at that lowest group of students, and we identify the teacher actions, the student actions, and then ultimately what the student results were. So in part of that is also kind of doing the item analysis. So what specifically for this group of, let's say 6, did they not understand about this skill that you've been reteaching all week? And then we kind of backwards look at what teacher actions specifically were put in place, and then we identify what needs to happen next for this group. I think the most important thing is the prep that your teachers have to do to come to the meeting. I think they need to have a clear picture in their head of what they want teachers to come to the table. They need to have a clear picture in their head of what they want teachers to walk away with after the meeting, and then from there think, in this 45-minute block of time, or however much time I have, what must teachers bring in order to accomplish this in such a small time frame? And then it's going to be on them to really, whether it's in their one-on-one sessions or through email correspondence or however they communicate with their teachers, to make sure that everybody comes to the meeting at the same starting point.